So, guys, what's going on? So, here's something I've talked about it in the past. I'll say it again. The squeaky wheel gets the grease. You have to make noise. I've been saying this about celiac disease, and here's an article. It just came out about a month ago. Celiac disease pipeline grows. 25 plus key pharmaceutical companies join the fight, for treatments against celiac. More companies are getting involved in a treatment for celiac or a cure for celiac. They're seeing that more than 1% has celiac disease. They say 1% has celiac disease. It's about 3% of the population. And a lot of them are trying to get a drug or something to treat this. And more than celiac disease, you have people, not only do they have celiac, but you have people that just don't want the effects of gluten. Gluten-free is becoming bigger just because gluten not only affects celiac, which is an autoimmune, gluten affects a lot of things outside of celiac. People that have any sort of autoimmune disease always do better when they get off of gluten. And there's a whole host of, I'm not going to get into it, but if you have any sort of disease, gluten is probably the first thing you should get off of. Gluten, sugar, basically gluten, carb, all that turns into sugar. Get off of the gluten. I don't care what, you don't feel good, stop eating gluten. There is a good chance you'll feel better. Celiac is, focused with gluten. If you eat gluten, it doesn't make you feel good. All sorts of things happen. But just going gluten-free in general is good. The effects of gluten are not good. And if you really go deep into gluten, it seems that the human body really doesn't really respond to gluten well overall. It doesn't really process it. It can go through you and not really cause much of anything, besides maybe gaining weight, because usually gluten comes from carbs and things like that. But for the most part, you eat gluten, it goes through you. It doesn't really give you one thing or another. With celiac disease, when you eat gluten, it can, it causes a problem. And what they're trying to do is get over it. So gluten is just bad. These are all the things that are going on with gluten. These are different drugs. Again, you have to get yourself out there. You have to write letters. You have to write letters to your pharmaceutical companies, your insurance companies, your politicians, both local, statewide, and you have to tell them to put money in for celiac disease research, celiac disease awareness, celiac disease treatments. If you do this, you'll have something sooner than later. You absolutely will have a treatment within the next 5 to 10 years. I guarantee it. If you keep up, if the drug companies and the insurance companies see that there's a need, your politicians see that you may vote a certain way if they can get money for celiac disease, they will absolutely be looking for something to treat celiac disease. Drug companies will see that there's a demand and they will absolutely put out something to help with celiac disease. And that's really it. So I will put a link in this for this article below. You can read it. Please share it. Please do whatever you can. You have to make your own video. I always say write a letter, write an email, contact people on Facebook. You have to write a physical letter with a stamp. You have to contact people through, their social media, send them an email. You can, politicians, drug companies, call them on the phone if you want. But you really just got to raise awareness any way you can, okay? And that's really it. So with that being said, I hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone's staying safe. God bless you guys, and I will talk to you guys later.